WayofTime here, bringing to you another episode of Dragon's Durance. So, I apologize in advance. I still have a bit of a cold currently, but I'm hoping it doesn't affect me too much while I'm doing this episode. That being said, it's probably going to be a bit shorter than it usually is, but I'll be my talkative self as much as possible. Anyway, so I did a bunch of tweaks with the circuit. All I really did was adjust the timing and delays until it was an acceptable level, and all we have to do is do that, and it is much faster. So if we just leave it on for 2 iterations, we'll show that it's at pretty much the fastest possible without moving down our deployers at all. Which, if we want to improve this at all, we will need to move down our deployers, but currently there's not much need to do so, considering we have so much wood. Let's just say so many jokes will be had about this. So, I've been working on getting a lot of crystalline lead, or rather iron, because we are going to need a lot of this in the future. If we look over here, nothing currently is being processed, though we will want to change that. Let's take a bunch of our copper, because copper is also another thing we'll want to have for when we are working a lot. So I was doing a bunch of Thaumonomicon research, and I managed to get the unified thaumic field theory, and also am working on the warded jars, though we aren't quite there yet. And this is obviously the next stage in the development. But I also got an arcane levitator, which I don't think we're going to use right now, but whatever. So the next project we're going to actually work on is getting a tunnel bore machine ready, willing, and able to decimate the land like never before. So what we are going to need for that is a bunch of tubes and frubes and frames, and we will need a bunch of copper and all of the amenities such as that. So what I'm thinking of doing is we're going to eventually need our red power building all set up, but for now I think we can work in our Thaumcraft building, and let's just quickly grab all of our tin that we'll need. We'll bring a few stacks of wood as well. Not this type of wood, since I think we will need some other stuff. Let's see. Tin. We'll take some gold just in case. And maybe some fun building materials. But our seeds are getting a little too seedy. Therefore, we're going to need to put them away. So I did a bunch of mining as well. And unfortunately, I went mining. Went and put the redstone back where it belonged in Shadow's space. And noticed that I had some redstone with me here all along. Kinda sucky, but whatever. So, let's actually get to some building. We're going to probably need a stack of frames and frubes and etc. But the first thing we're going to need to do is actually get some of our engines started. So we still have our diamond panel, and we're going to need some iron blocks to be able to do anything in the future. So iron block. Let's get 1 iron block. Also take our copper ingots and make a bunch of brass, bronze, etc. Tin, and copper. We got all that going. Okay, let's see. We're going to need to cut this up, and we're going to have half of it left. So because of the conversion ratio, we'll have 4 iron left, and that's good. Yes, here we go. We need to get our sapphire handsaw, cut this up again, cut this up once more for our panels, and because of our panelness, we'll put them all in together like so. And we have our diamond draw plate. So this diamond draw plate will be required for most of our work later on once we get everything situated. So let's convert these back into the iron that we need, and then go onwards. And I hear that my voice is getting a little scratchy, so I'll try to not be as scratchy. So, frames, we're going to need frames. First things first though, we're going to need to to take some of the silver, some of the nickelite that we have, and then put it in the alloy furnace as well and get some of that fun stuff. So we got that. Any of our silver that we have, silver right here. And there should be some nickelite that we have at our disposal. Nickelite, nickelite. So let's bring a lot of it over since we will need a lot of it. Nickelite, 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 nickelite. I also found some pumpkin and also some melon seeds, so we'll be able to start some sort of melon farm, and also cute chickens. Need I say more? So, no, I needn't say more because saying more is a bad idea currently. So let's shut up and craft. So we're going to need 2 engines, blue electric engines. Not engineers overall is probably not going to be what we need. And let's see. Motor. Yes, frame motor. Require blue alloy ingot. So we're going to need a bit of copper, drawn copper. So let's get our diamond draw plate and find the copper. Let's take this. This should be enough. I think 16 is enough. Should be. And we get our fine copper wire. And we're going to need some iron bars as well. So that's all that we are going to need for this. So copper coils, put it in the design that we saw like so. We're going to need 4 coils. So we got our 4 coils. And then these are going to need to further be changed into the motors, which will then require our bluetricity to be a little knocked up. Here we go. Got our brass. We'll put our brass with everything. Let's see. We're going to need 4 of these in total. We got our brass as well. We got more than enough iron to get everything going. So let's see. 1 here. And we got more than enough blue alloy ingots right now at our disposal to finish making that stuff. Okay, so 1, 2. Then put these here. We're going to need to iron up the kinks out of this. And then we got our frame motors. So these 2 frame motors are probably all we're going to need, as well as the battery boxes that we'll also have. But we're also going to need a bunch of frames, which will require more than our fair share of wood. So getting a bunch of wood in the form of sticks, we'll put the sticks in the appropriate recipe. Then like that, we'll get a bunch of support frames. So obviously this isn't everything that we're going to need. We're going to need to get some more stuff, such as block breakers, which will require more iron in our reserves. So if we look over here, we got 28 extra iron and 17 more. And this still hasn't finished its next cycle, so we're going to need to wait for that. Unfortunately, there's not really any alchemy that we can do converting, say, our plentiful diamond supply. We got 12 diamonds, by the way, yay, into our iron supply, which would be a little helpful. But I guess that's not going to be possible because helpful equals bad, apparently. So, pistons will be needed. The reason we need pistons is because we're going to need some form of block breaker. I'm thinking we'll go with like 7 block breakers, now that I think of it, which will, 9 block breakers. That'll be enough once we dig out a nice little area for everything. So we got more than enough pistons for our block breakers, and I think we have enough of the wooden material to go around as well. And seeing as we have more than enough sticks, I think we'll get everything situated. So let's see, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll get the block breaker ready or not, which will also require the cobblestone that we have in our area, as well as the redstone. So here we go. We're going to need to make them individually. 6, 7, 8. That's 8. Should have had another one. Hmm. Someone is being a sneaky pants. Can you guys stop being a sneaky pants? I kinda want my pick. So, we got 9 block breakers. 9 block breakers should be enough, and we are going to sleep this cold off a bit so that we can actually understand the person who's talking. La 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 la. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ba da 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 ba da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Okay, so we got our block breakers. I think we have enough support frames. If I can find them. Hello, support frames, yay! And we got some frame motors. So the frame motors, support frames rather, is not all we're going to want. We're going to also want to get some. Do we have any glass? Yes, we got some glass, and we're going to make some other stuff, such as pneumatic tubes. This will carry all of our inventory and etc. into glory. Now, what we'll do with these is actually turn them into frubes. Half of them into frubes, yeah. There we go. We got our nice little tube frames. And then what we'll do with these is then turn all of them into redstone tube frames so that they'll conduct the charge. Now what I'm going to do is probably dig down to a large amount. Wait a second. Actually, now that I think of it, our base down here, our basement little area, it'd probably be best if we construct it so that it's facing this way. Now we should bring our diamond handsaw as well so that we can also make it neat looking while we are working on it. I am starting to hate the sound of my own voice. We'll take one of these because we will need to power it while we test it. We're probably going to need hay. I did not want to. Probably going to need some of these. But now that I think of it, oh, we already had our panel. Stuff, cover, cutter, saw. So, let's set up downstairs in a controlled environment. Get a simple one of these going, you know. We should probably dig deeper. In fact, we should dig deeper. So I'm gonna dig some sort of ladder. We'll just drop down, and then we can build from there. And I saw that my iron pick was in my inventory. Sigh. Open! Thank you. So, one of the things I haven't actually constructed ever was a water break. So hopefully this little test on whether my design, quote unquote, for a water break actually works will be a surefire way to see whether I just royally suck. So I think this is how a water break is done. Let's do a simple test. There we go. And do a little more exorbitant of a test. Hopefully I should just be able to drop from here and have it break my fault. Not fully. So that means I need to put it down one more. I do not need a block breaker to be there, thanks. We'll put it down one. We'll put this here instead. And then we'll put our water up here instead. And hopefully this works a bit better than what it was before. Because frankly, anything would be better than that. It's probably because of my feather falling that I survived last time. Yay! Okay, so it works to an extent. So let's dig out this area, get a bit more redstone. Because hey, why not? Redstone is good. So we're not going to need a large area to actually work with, but large enough so that we can at least have a nice, relaxing area in which we can build. Because if we aren't relaxed, you don't want to see me when I'm not relaxed, darg. I get all throaty and stuff. So I think this is as far as we really need to go. Just have a bit of a floor area as well. We'll have frubes, and actually let's put our block breakers here to start off with. And after I clean up the floor a bit, we'll start. So, how shall we start this block breaking endeavor? First, obviously, we're going to need our block breakers, and we'll have it simple enough. Just this size should do, and of course, they're all in the wrong direction. And it'll take 5 clicks to get all them righted. So I don't think it should be too difficult to get everything working. It's pretty much just a sideways quarry, and it only goes in one direction. Yes, it's a horrible band. Shut up, I know. But it should just basically just have an input and like this. This should be really all that's needed to start off. And it'll just push forward. Now, obviously, we will need to get this thing covered up. That's why we have this here and this here. And we'll make some panels, and half of them will turn into covers, since covers are the main thing we'll need. So let's look. Cover, cover, cover. And we'll need to cover these as well. Now this will leave easy enough way to just add to it later on. Just covering it up. We'll just remove the covers later on when we need to, and hopefully it'll work out. So there we go, gist of it. So now we need an area for the stuff to sit on, which will pretty much be like that, and that'll include all possible, basically all the engines and etc. Now, it'll be a simple worm drive, I do believe. And in fact, if we have it going like this, we don't need all of these to be that. So we'll change it so it's like that. And we actually have too much junk on us already, which is quite surprising. So we don't need this. Probably not this now. This, no. We should keep that. And this we'll probably never find a use for, and canvas bag can't go in another bag. And I took these out by accident. So, this will probably be where our chest is situated, and probably an area for our block breaker. So, everywhere else we won't have anything. So, simple engine will be like so. We'll block this off so it doesn't need to connect. And we're going to need to have some way for the redstone to get to each of the motors. That'll be easy enough. We can just have this connect to it and it'll just drive it forward. Yeah, that'll work. So motor here and motor here. That'll be enough to constitute the caterpillar drive. And let's put these on here for now so we can get them in the correct orientation, which is up. We had it right. So, which is our primary and which is our secondary? Let's face them like so. So this is the primary. It'll push it forward. This is the secondary. It'll move it back in place. We'll have a battery box over here. So our battery box will be here. We'll just cover this up so nothing can go in, and we'll have a panel so that it can stay attached. And we'll place the battery box right here. There we go. So now they're charged up. And this will receive a redstone pulse from that. They'll receive a redstone pulse from that under there. And all that we need to do really is test to see if it works by giving it a simple pulse to go forward. So to do that, we don't have any wood, do we? No, some of our wood is already in here. So let's take our new sticks right here, make another lever, and we'll put a panel on for the lever to be on. And if we just place the lever right here, there we go. So pulsed, obviously there is nowhere currently for the stuff to go, so we will need to put a redstone tube here with a chest for that to go. So we will need to make a chest as well, which will be two simple little bits here. So 2 pieces of wood, make a chest, like so. And will the items go? Yes, it does. So all the items go there. That's good. Now if we pulse it again, should move forward, but obviously it's not moving because not everything is connected in the correct manner. So that's connected. Let's just do a test to see if everything's connected. That couldn't have moved forward, probably not. Let's try that again. So unless something in front of it isn't working, let's just look. Okay, so everything's okay this direction, but it's not pulsing forward. Probably because we have, well, it's a little cramped. There we go. We need this to move forward, dang it. So it's not pushing it forward, probably because this is connected. Or, no, it wasn't getting a redstone signal, that's why, because that was not working. So what we need to do is have this here, and put the engine again. Oops. We're probably going to break this screwdriver soon. There we go. There we go. That was moved. So one more pulse should move that back into position. But it's not because, well, that is receiving redstone, but it's connected poorly. That's because we need a cover underneath here. So let's put that back down once more. Moved in place. There we go. So brake, or rather push forward. And we will need to put the frames on it first, the covers. We forgot the covers. No, the covers, the covers. We're going to need a few covers, so let's cut all these up. Yep, that's good. So cover all this. Oops, oops, no, no. I don't know what to do. It's all so confusing. My apologies, dear sir. I believe I was doing something random. Yes, let's be random together and get this together, all together now. Okay, so, simple tunnel bore. Let's get this, and let's actually attach a block. Even though it's not going to be the best, let's do this. So this should move forward, though it's not for some inexplicable reason. Probably because that's connected wrong as well. So let's see. If we put it here. Okay, that moved correctly. So if we move it again, stop doing that. Move forward. Move and brake. Move forward. Move and brake. Move forward. Move and brake. Move forward. So we got a very compact, let's see, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 3 by 3 tunnel bore machine. That was pretty simple actually. So we got everything working. And it doesn't seem like we have too much carnage in our wake. We just need one thing that will make this a bit better. We need our timer circuit so that we can get everything connected, so to speak. Also, yeah, if we put the timer there, that'll keep everything intact. So I believe I have my timer with me. Apparently I do not. So, hey, do I have timer? I do not have timer. No timer for you, chum. No timer for you. In the meantime, we'll get the other part of it required. We'll need the stone jacketed bricks, cable, things. If we put the timer here and have the, let's actually get some more of that so we can get some panels. So we got the panels here. So panel, panel, and wire. And panel. Yeah, we're gonna want to get this covered because I don't think that's healthy for some reason. So don't want that connected, but we'll have the timer here. Or the timer will have to be here because that doesn't seem like it'll actually connect to it. No, I'm not. I'm confused. No. If we have redstone here, actually, the timer might connect, but it probably won't. Let's just get the timer and find out the easy way. Funnily enough, getting the actual thing is the easy way. Oh, what a lovely bunch of coconuts. See them standing all in a row. Splat. Okay, so we got our nice little timer here. And what is a possibility is if we actually, let's see. Timer here and put the lever right away. Like so. Don't want it to do anything currently. And I don't think this will connect right away. No, it won't. So this won't be a viable opportunity. But what we can do is actually put the timer here. That'll mean if we put another frame here. Yeah, put another frame here. We'll have to go over top and put all of the required covers as well, which will require another one of these. Yay! We got our science, we got our science, 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 we got our science, 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 science. I am speaking kind of Chinese, I have no idea. Okay, that's not to go there, though that would also work. There. And there. There, we got a nice little area. Actually, that might work. Anyways, let's take this down. Ooh, that was close. We'll take that, we'll take that. We can't really grab it back, but anyways. Place this. We're going to need to get this out of the way. Put that there so we can get a lever. We'll take this out of the way. And place this thing. Yay. Because we're going to need a panel. We'll place that. And turn around like so. Thank you. And probably one little pièce de résistance is put this here. But instead, we'll put another red alloy wire. And 2 more covers. And let's see. Set this. Let's put it 1 second. And maybe this will help us stay in the game. There we go. Let's go. Okay, so it's going pretty fast. And one way to change the speed would, if we knock it down to, let's see, what is it going to need to go to? Let's try 0.8. 0.8 is a little slow. Okay, 0.8 is probably what we need to do. I doubt anything else will work, so let's just do that. And as you can see, we are slowly making it to our desired vocation. Though it does seem like we got glitched. Yay. We already got an emerald, which I'm surprised at. Let's put that in the back right location. Maybe if we increase this slightly, like this, we'll have it go constantly, which it doesn't seem like it's a possibility. So it seems 0.7, 0.8 rather, is the fastest. We're going to go with this. Now, to simplify the setup, eventually what we're going to want to do is have this, if we turn this off, set up to an ender chest and a sorting system if we actually get a sorting system. And if we have an ender chest, all we need to do is bring an ender chest pouch rather with us everywhere we go. And that should be pretty cheesy. Cheesy? What am I talking about? Anyways, eventually when we get all the required materials, we'll be able to expand this with more block breakers. Once we obviously get everything else that we need for this, I don't think that's going to be too much of a difficulty, seeing as I see redstone right there, and we're bound to get a few diamonds with this thing. Ooh, V-shards! Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of Dragon's Durance. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. WayofTime here. Whoop, that's a stone wall. Signing off. Have a wonderful day. Man, look at that thing go. Continue forward and forward and forward. Shut up.